1, 2, 3, test. One, two, three, test. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, test. Okay, that's working. That's working. Okay. $69,000. Good morning, good morning. Boy, oh boy. I got my notepad out. I got my pen and paper. Pen and paper, got my notepad. Where's my notepad? Wait, speaking of notepad, hold up. Where is it? Oh, found it. I'm just gonna get ready for some things that was spoke today in Spaces. I'm gonna take a look at them. I'm gonna chart it, and gonna do my thing. Long week ahead. Gonna write down some notes. Lots and lots of notes today. Today is note taking day, prepping for next week. Again, not gonna miss it on the opportunity. A lot to take in, a lot to consider. I'm expecting some visitors in about an hour or two. I'm not sure, but markets are closed. Markets are closed today. GGLS. All right, let me write down my. Let me take a look at some tickers that I posted today on the Trading Journal. Some tickers that are absolutely just tickers that I end up finding, and I never really charted. I just look at them. All right, let's take a look at some of these. So we got B. I don't know if this is one that we were talking about. Barak Mining Corporation. Following that 50 SMA. Following that 50 SMA. Huh. And it's right on the money too. This one is 17 million. Non-energy minerals. $58. Engage in production and sale of gold, copper, and related activities. Also provides exploration, mining, development. Cool. So, all right. Let me write that one down. B. On 50 SMA. Daily support. Wrote that down. Ticker B. All right, so we're gonna, B is on my watch. All right, next one. Oh, you did? I'm just going through the list real quickly. TPL. I haven't looked at these. Yeah, that's a big no. No way. All right, so the ones that I found today, MGA, well, actually in spaces, shout out to that group. All right, so MGA, absolutely disgusting uptrend. I mean, oof, yup. Producer manufacturing auto parts. I mean, look at that V-shaped recovery. Holy shit. Wow, MGA. Wow, okay, so it's gonna be an ugly ass harmonic over here. Gonna be some ugly ass harmonic. 886. Yeah, it's gonna be ugly right there. No. 3-2. Nope. It's an ugly harmonic. Ugly. 3-2. We can do a 3-8-2 here. 3-8-2. Okay, that's good. Okay, this is clean right here. 886. 886. Oh yeah, this is actually good. Yep, this is a good one. Oh yeah, this is a clean one. Oh yeah, this is perfect. Yep, what I'm comfortable with. There you go. So this one is $70. No divergences. This one I'm gonna keep an eye on. Let me see if we can get it back to 57. I'll put an alert here. 58. I'll put that there. All right, so we can negate that one. We can just let that one go. Next one, DAN. DAN. Let me see. Hello, mamacita. Let me see the monthly on this thing. Jesus Christ. Hello, mamacita. Wow, absolutely bonkers of a ticker. But damn, this thing absolutely likes to fall off completely. Collapse at the highs where it's at right now. This is very dangerous. Very dangerous. Damn, this thing went back to $7 back in 2024. Then we had April lows, $10. BG posted earnings in the chat. I'll take a look. So $13. This thing is not afraid to pull back. See, I would just not, I just don't entertain something like this, because look at the resistance where we are right now. I'm not saying it can not go up. What I am saying is, let's take a pullback here. So we're just gonna put an alert here at 28.42. I'll keep it moving. I'm not gonna look at these and fucking sit on them when they're already ripping. Not my style. VIAV. All right, let's see this one. Another one. My goodness. Yep. Up only. Up only. 555 382. What if 886? Nah, I don't like that. 547. 54. So let's aim for the bat, right? Let's do 886, right? Hypothetically. 886. 886 is right there. 886, you can do a 2. Let me get the 2. Yeah, so we already blew past it. We got the terminal reaction here. That's clean. That's on the monthly too. So it's just completely fucking gone wazooey. And it actually was the retracement here. All right, that was your resistance, and it just catapulted to the upside. Jesus Christ. Crazy shit is you got divergences. So this one's only 26 bucks too. So who the fuck knows? It actually absolutely, this one's definitely on my radar. Look at this thing. Look at this. Never seen anything like that. Pure uptrend, just purely uptrend. Purely uptrend. Now it is coming at resistance. Already is at resistance here at this peak 26.77. So you're gonna be met with resistance here. Absolutely monster move. So I expect a pullback. I'll be looking at 18.49 pulling back. Maybe not. I'm not gonna buy at these highs. No way, Jose. Not happening with me. Next. All right, next one is FTNT. Let me see. 85, another one. Up only, not financial advice. Weekly. So it's been bouncing off the monthly 50, like religiously. Bouncing off the 200, easy. 200 easy. 200 easy. It's actually it broke out of a consolidation range. That's really good. Actually, it's at the consolidation range. Right? Bullish engulfing. Bearish belt hold. Bullish belt hold. Spinning, pudgy hammer. Broke out. 3 inside up. A lot of things going on here. At the means here. Yep, resistance at the 86.21. Consolidation here. So when I see stuff like this, this is a clean range. And I see support right there. Boom. So clean range. So I would wait for this thing to break above 86. If it gets there, you got the rolling 50 here. Let me see the daily. Let me turn on the 3-day. It's actually better. Yeah, you are getting that resistance terminal candle here. Yep, it might come back down here. So I'll put an alert down at 78. All right, next I'm gonna just swing through these. I'm not gonna marry a tick. I'm not gonna stay on it too long because there's a lot to cover today. MITK, what's this one? Whoa, 13. Oh yeah, so this is the one that broke out of the range. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. MITK. Past earnings, 4 last quarters. Yeah, too expensive for me, but I like this one though, MITK. This one's impressive. Let's see what's this one doing. Let me see the monthly on this thing. Whoa, hello. Yeah, I'm not a fan right now, but it is breaking out of a trend. That's a good sign. Wow, this thing has been literally hovering around this PLC line for literally months. This PLC line was like its lifeline here. Look at that shit. And then look at the support here. Look at that support. And then consolidated a new higher low. And now it's wow, so it's breaking above the 50 monthly SMA. Wow. If it would have held below that, it would have been a problem. Wow. Yeah, this thing might do absolutely amazing things. Yeah, this ticker looks really good. What is this? Staples Technology, Mikey Systems? What is this? What the fuck do they do? Engage in development of mobile capture and digital identity verification solutions. Oh no. Oh wow. Engages in the development of mobile capture and digital identity verification solution. The company was founded in 1986 and is headquartered in San Diego, California. Now it wants to. Oh God. We're in the digital age, and yeah, this would make a lot of sense why This thing is absolutely moving. Maybe earnings too. Let's see, earnings. So we're gonna scan the entire nation using our phones, apps, whatever call you, and this ticker is catching a bid here. Interesting. Broke out of a consolidation range. Absolutely amazing. I would not trade this shit up here. I would wait for a pullback. Maybe come back and back test 1174. Putting an order in on that one. 1150. All right, next. MITK we already did. DAN we already did. TROX. Trox Holdings, $7.85. Whoa. And breaking out. And an uptrend. And the start of an uptrend. And something's cooking here. Process. Ooh, whoa, hello. Yeah. Ooh, baby. Oh, shit. Yeah, I like this. I like that a lot. Oh, wow. Wow, what a breakout. Wow, and they pay dividends. And they're only trading at $7.85. And their volume is at 5 million, roughly. And it found a monthly support on the RSI. And it actually slapped the 30 on the bear zone. And you got the positive DI coiling up at 25. There's a lot of bullish sentiment here. And like a lot. Like a lot. And if I probably can spot a harmonic here. I can probably spot a harmonic here. Let me see. 618. Let me see if I can get it better. 718. 728. Okay. I don't like the 726. Let me get a 782. 782 would be better, or 618. Okay, I'll take a crap. 886. What a 113? 886 113. Let me see. 886 113. Hold on. Let me confirm. No. Nope. No. Not even a 121. Nope. Nothing. God, there's got to be something here. There's got to be something. Hold up. I can find it. I'm pretty good at this. Hold up. I'm going to get you. I'm going to get you. This is a beautiful harmonic here. There's a harmonic right there. Boom. That's the harmonic. Boom. There you go. All right. Let me just confirm 7. I don't like the 727 though. That 727, unless I really, really want to be anal with the 10%, I can really be fucking anal. I can really be anal on that. 127. Yeah, the 127 is what's killing me here. The 16 is good. Let me get the 127. Hold on. 127. Yeah, it's destroying me here. It's really destroying me. Yeah. Damn, it's just slightly off, but yeah, no harmonic there. But you know, let's just take it from the high to the low. Absolutely, this thing is beautiful. Let me go ahead and turn on the EMAs a little bit. Let me turn on the big boy EMAs. What are we rolling on? All right, we're above the we're above the monthly 5 and 10, now testing the 20. Okay, you're at the yearly mid point. You had resistance and you stood above the previous monthly high and the previous weekly high. Fails earnings every time it starts the next morning. What up, boss man? What up? Another day. Trox, let's go. This thing on the weekly looks really fucking good. Wow. On the monthly looks really fucking good. This thing looks like it's just getting started. And look at the monthly. The upside is $26.30. $26.30. Now this looks like a J, a descending scallop. They look like J's. It hits a resistance line and then comes right back down, possibly, right? Or the J becomes a goddamn U, and then it hits a resistance, and then you form the cup, and then you have another breakout. You know, so a lot of things to consider on this ticker, but whatever the hell this ticker does is or what, absolutely stunning on the weekly, monthly, looking good, breaking out. See, now I can spot a harmonic. This is a clean one. I hate the 7s. I really do hate the 7s. I never was a fan, and there's really no ratio that's 6 on a 7. You got to give me a 782, 762. Give me a 762, 786, excuse me, not a 782, 762 and a 786. Okay, I'm not a fan of 705. It's just not good. It's not good at all. You gotta give me the 6. I'm not a fan of the 706. Not even a 303. Not even a 302. Not even a 382. Like, you gotta give me something, bro. Damn, that sucks. Maybe on the 3-day I can spot it. Yeah, it's a little wonky. Yeah, it's a little wonky. Not a fan here. 701. Let me do one more. Let me see. Okay. This is good. Oh, it's a shark. Oh, man. I'm not a fan. Yeah, no. Nope. This is not good. Not good. All right, well, just based off trend, you are seeing a doji star, evening doji star at that literally pinnacle top. Passes earnings for the first time. It's going to explode on Tuesday. If not, we getting the falling knife. So I think it passed earnings February 18th. Yep. They've been failing earnings for whatever reason, multiple quarters, but somehow it's rising. So if something's cooking here, because it's been going up since November. And you're literally below the 50 on the 3-day. Let me see the daily here real quick. I like the 3-day. Let me see what the daily... Oh, whoa. Golden cross on the daily trocks. Upward channel. Beautiful. 5 million. What's the market cap? Market cap, 1.24 billion. That's pretty good. What's the beta on this thing? Wow, beta is extremely high. Extremely high. Yikes. Yeah, this thing is a risk ticker. I mean, look at the fucking bearish divergence, like multiple bearish dips. Look at that. This is class B. Price action making higher highs, but flat highs on the RSI. So, very bearish. I mean, bearish structure forming, at least indicators, but not necessarily going to pan out, right? Wow, look at that. Riding on that 10 daily EMA. 5 is the orange, white is a 10. Bearish divergence. Yeah, this thing needs a pullback here. Hopefully back at 695. I'm going to put an alert at 712. Absolutely stunning. Stunning hard. All right, let me go take... You posted one ticker, DTI. Let me see, DTI. Drilling Tools International. DTI. Whoa! DTI. Whoa! Whoa. Hold up. Damn. We got. Damn. Holy shit. 1 second. Hold up. What we got cooking here? That was a 10% move. That was the 10% move right at the 236. But what the fuck is this? Now, typically, when we see these sort of, we got the terminal here, and when you have a terminal, you wait for this thing to pull back. But we have yet to see a significant pullback. Get me back here, and it's not doing that. So I would heed warning here that, 405, first off, on the weekly, you're absolutely scalding. Like, you are absolutely overbought territory. So I wouldn't buy this up here. Absolutely not. I would not. Not financial advice. Not financial advice. Not financial advice. Because if you look left, look at the weekly, it likes to pull back at these highs. It can continue up, but very small percentage. Your risk reward, your reward's not there, your risk is. Not financial advice. Unless some sort of catalyst absolutely catapults this continuously, yeah, no. I wouldn't touch this with a 10-foot pole. You are seeing bearish divergence, flat highs, lower lows. So you're hitting resistance, you're failing to break high. So 405, and you are seeing nice little pump, cute and all. That's great. That's cute. But you gotta really break. You gotta break with force. Break with force, and then start finding candles up here. But where she stands now, I'm obviously bearish dips. So I would just, keep in mind that whole scenario. All right, just do your thing. Be careful. That's all it is. Just all it is. That's all it is. Copy. There it is. So this would be flat highs, bearish dips, RSI. So this would be a class B bearish divergences. Bearish dips here. Alright, there's a lot of people texting. George Noble. This is actually kind of cool. King Kent. Okay, I see King's post here. I see King's post. There you go. Trox and Clap lost a deal over Earth Strategic. Gold major strategic deal. There you go. See, we like when we find new tickers, right? China confirmed visa-free travel for UK and Canadian nationals. Wow. Okay, there's a lot of macros here. So they're poaching people. Poaching. What's the... okay. Whatever the hell that... Beijing to Guangdong. That's 70-hour trip. How many days is that? Jesus Christ, China is large, man. Beijing is 70 hours. Holy shit. Anyway, what are we doing here? Let's take a look at Bitcoin. Ooh, Bitcoin doing something crazy here. I like it. Let's see what's going on with Bitcoin. We did hot. You target mark on the chart. Yeah. Bitcoin finally showing a little bit of life here, but it's like, it's either gonna break out or fake out. I can't really make up his mind. This thing is absolutely autistic. Oh man, today's Sunday, right? Absolutely. It is. It is. It is. It is. Yeah, Bitcoin is good here. I like what Bitcoin's doing. I like it here. I do like Bitcoin. Damn, actually, it would make sense. Dude, I think, you know who's going to be cooking? BMNR. BMNR is going to be cooking, so BMNU is going to be cooking even better. So BMNU, this thing is going to cook. This thing is going to cook. Yeah, BMNU is going to be on my radar. Going into next week for sure. I gotta keep a close eye on this one. 100% gonna keep a very, very close eye. I mean, I would even argue from this low, not financial advice, 23% at 284. Absolutely possible. Good chance, not 100, but good chance. 50-50, might get to 382, but I really do like that 4 much better. Especially what Bitcoin's doing. When I see Bitcoin, especially at these lows, if you're gonna trade the means, Bitcoin. So let me write that down actually. So let me write that on my notes because I'm going to forget. So Bitcoin for a swing trade, terminal candle, tickers to look out for. I need to start being more organized. BMNR, which includes BMNU. So I wrote that down. So Bitcoin is going to be definitely on my radar. Well, BMNR with BMNU for that 2x leverage. Absolutely, I'm going to keep a close eye on this. And if I can get it for more discounts, Bitcoin hits that target below that 60, what I marked. What I had a harmonic here. I had a 60 or 62. Let me double check here. So five. So it's the 786. 786. So let's say we come back down 618. So this is a good. This is a good garlic over here. 786 with a set. Yeah. So roughly 62. So I would say 62 is my draw the line on the sand on Bitcoin. Absolutely bearish divergences. If that bearish hidden divergence does pan out, that means that the RSI is going to be back in the bear zone and then create a divergence and then finally swing it to the means. And that's when you're going to capture that good trade on BMNR and then swing Bitcoin to the upside, not financial advice. Definitely more than likely past the 382 because it's deep in the bear zone. And if you guys remember the consolidation range between the November low to January highs, what preceded was a 20% consolidation phase going into next week or next week following that one. I would suspect a 20% low to high. Let's see, low to high. 20%. Actually, 20% is right here. Oh shit, that's not enough. All right, so because the 20% sort of is too weak in the where the RSI is in that 20%, this I would argue price action, I would argue. Let me get rid of all this so I can see a better visual. So 20% is at 772. You're about to hit bear zone and your positive DI is coiling. So that means a shift in positive momentum is likely about to start after this bearish divergence pans out, this hidden bearish divergence. So if it does decide to get back in the bear zone, hypothetically create another divergence here, that'll be 2, right? Is it 1 or 2? Let me see. 1, higher lows, lower lows, higher lows. Okay, yeah, it'll be 2 bearish divergences. I mean bullish divergences deep in the bear zone, and then get that swing catalyst. So, you know, that would be the hypothetical play, what I would view this as. And definitely the 382 wouldn't be your upside. I mean, it'll be short-term upside, but the upside would be these two indicators right here. What I'll be looking at. 76 and 82. Or 0.5 or the 6.5. 0.65. So it's going to be one or the other. Here or here. But either way, I wouldn't hold it for that long anyway. I mean, the 2x leverages to the upside is absolutely not a place to hold, you know, your money in for the long term. You already know if Bitcoin stays up, it's going to get clapped. Yeah, you know, Bitcoin absolutely can get destroyed, but you know, not everything comes down, you know, in a straight line. At some point, people want to buy this, swing it back up, maybe hit some levels, call it a day. So let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. I'm excited because now we have our notes. Let's get back into the Mag 7s. So we talked about Trox. Did we talk about Trox? Oh yeah, Trox is one we got to keep an eye on. Trox, I'm writing down in my notes. Trox, I got to do more TA on Trox, but Trox is really good. But in terms of the structure, but we are running at resistance. So I just put Trox in my notes. I have Bitcoin in my notes, and then I have B in my notes. B, supporting at that 50 daily SMA. So I wrote 3 things that's important to me right now. All right, moving on to the mags. And I'm going to keep this one short and sweet. Guys, if you can please hit the like button, I would highly appreciate it. That would be awesome. Oh, 1 second. I'm getting a phone call. 1 second. All right, guys. Let me see here. MD think about grabbing a share if I can get my entry at 340. Do you see it happening? MDB. MongoDB. Why have I heard of this ticker before? Why have I heard this ticker before? I have a guest coming very soon, guys. So I didn't expect the guest to come so soon, so sudden. Yeah. So I guess freak. I didn't want to. I didn't want this to be a short stream. All right, I can do one more here. I guess it's gonna have to be a short stream. Just guess. I gotta. I don't like that harmonic here. 618382. Not a fan. Guys, hit the like button. I appreciate it. All right, let me stop saying that. Let me just chart this, and then I gotta go. I didn't realize my guest was coming soon, to be honest with you. I do like that completion point. I do like this. I don't like that leg, though, that finisher. 224161. Yeah, this thing is a no-go. No. Let me see the weekly. Maybe I can catch it on the weekly. Yeah, the weekly I can sort of see it. I just gotta have the harmonic. Without it, I'm not. I can't get a definitive answer here. 618. No, nothing. All right. Well, aside from that, 302 rejection support line here. It might actually you might not get your entry from what it looks like. Let me see here. You bounce off the 38236. The weekly looks really good here. Might fly. It might fly on the weekly. What's the 3-day tell me? Yeah, looks like it wants to bounce. Had a nice sell-off. Found a bounce, double bottom here on the 3-day. Consolidation here, you found the bottom here. And that's a very, very positive candle. Very positive candle. And this structure, this candle broke the previous opening low, high. That is very bullish. To be honest with you, timing these things are not that easy. You found the bounce at that 50, and that's a very, very positive. You have two structures that are looking positive here. You get above, literally above the EMAs on the 3-day, then yeah, this thing can moon out. Can't tell you if it's going to get lower, but I will say this, it is showing signs of reversal. Look at this. You got a low and a higher low. So, and if it wants to come back down, okay, well watch this. You need to find that support exactly at 318. That's your line in the sand. Is at 318. Right there where that POC is, right? It just formed, it just popped up. That POC. I don't know where you got 304 from, but I see the line in the sand at 318.92. 318.92. Look at this. Support, closing. Wick. Maybe come back down another touch at 320. 320.03. And then get good in there. There's a volume average low at 306, and then that rolling 200. So I can see why you would say that, but you really want to start a bounce here, because if you don't bounce at this 320, well, guess what? You have a possible death cross scenario. So it really needs to start bouncing up here where it's at now. There's actually a W forming on this thing, now that I see it. There's actually a W. This is a, ooh. And that's a 786. 642, that's a Gartley. Ooh, yeah, 786. Gartley with a. Yep, that's a Gartley. 78618. Can I get a 1618? Yeah, that's a good one. Yep, that's a Gartley. Yeah, so there's a W already forming. So you got a higher low, look like a scallop, and then it's moving up. It has to bounce here. Otherwise, you got that 50 rolling. And once you roll, keep going lower. And then with the 200, that's the death cross. You don't want that. So I don't think you're gonna. I don't know. You might get your action. You don't. But I would argue that 320 would be the absolute line in the sand, and then hopefully V-shaped recovery if it gets there. If it doesn't, well, it's gonna be in a downtrend. So, this thing better continue up. There is a hard resistance at. Let me see here. Yeah, there's a hard resistance here, right there. 385. You failed it twice here at this top end. 1, 2, and rejection. 385.45. Found support here at 385.45. You can even argue here as well. Yeah. 381.83. Multiple rejections. 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, plus the mean, yeah. So 381.83, I would argue. Almost hit that resistance, rejection, rejection, rejection. Yeah, so 381.83 specifically. There you go. There's too many fucking lines. I gotta get rid of that so I can see things better. There it is. All right, there's another line. Let me turn that off. There you go. So this candle on the daily is absolutely nice to see here. That's a bullish engulfing and encapsulating the entire candle. Well, the real body candles from the other side. That's a good sign. Not entirely the best, but it's a good sign. Let me see something here. Pudgy. I would have loved it for it to close above 374. 374 would be great. 375 would be greater. Yeah, it would be greater. So it's got to get back, break above 381.83. Then I would argue, wait for that to get there, and then boom, boom, boom. If it rejects, well, your bottom is 320, and then that rolling 200, whatever have you. MDM has 2x long. It does. Well, let's put that one on the. Let's put this one on the watch list. Let's see. I like what Bitcoin's doing, though. I'll tell you that much. All right, guys. Short stream. I didn't realize the guest was coming soon. Let me go ahead. I got to do what I got to do. I'll be back maybe later. If not, join the Discord. Hit the like button. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. If not, in the Discord.